Halo teman-teman, balik lagi bersama saya Bang Yogi. Oke, kali ini kita bakal live Biomutant guys. Sesuai janji kita bakal live main game Biomutant ya guys ya. Langsung aja guys ya. Maaf ya guys, karena aku nggak live karena lagi nggak kondusif juga. Nah guys, kita sekarang mau main game Biomutant guys ya. Guys, Biomutant mana? Aduh guys, Biomutant hilang nih. Ada stick guys ya. Skip.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. Welcome to Biomutant.
Oke teman-teman. guys ya, mana.
Encode your DNA.
Kuat ya, yang kuat ya, lihat itu nih ya. Ini kali kuat ya, kuatnya ini ya, kuat ya. Dumdun.
Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class.
Warna ya.
Commando, Deadeye, Mercenary, Deadeye, Commando, Psyfreak.
Burbet guys. Kenapa layarnya jadi gitu, babi? Kenapa layarnya jadi gitu nih? Sini aja.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you may... But for you, it's not only a crossroads.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the Dark.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself.
Because you...
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be...
Dua, guys. Udah. Ya. Sini kita pisah gimana?
Right is always right.
Kita ke kanan, karena kanan selalu benar. Yuk, lawan apa guys?
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget?
Nih apa nih?
You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Bingung kali.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Kabur, kabur. Kabur. Boom itu guys, boom. GG pisan ya, GG pisan. Apa tadi namanya? Domdon.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wild...
Tikus. Modul listrik. Oh, ini buat senjata guys, katanya buat BMX-nya nambah sakit katanya. Jangan sana, jangan. Pasang. Buat medkit, nggak medkit. Aja, medkit itu bro. Siap.
A ladder would be better. The oil sludges everywhere.
Itu guys.
To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Sebelum dia guys. Tembak dulu kita.
Electric.
Mati, cepet banget. Mati. Oh, sekali tembak mati.
Right between the eyes.
Ya. Kita ambil dulu guys, ambil itemnya dulu, ambil itemnya. Cai, kita dapat nyawa. Dapat nyawa. Ya enggak, guys.
Attack now. Shot through.
Helmnya dia pakai helm kuda.
Cut that one in half. That's an odd thing, don't you think?
Dapat energi cuy. Lupa apa itu guys? Ini gue udah Kita buat pakai perisai gitu, pakai perisai. Nambah apa guys? Nambah darah kali, nambah darah ya, nambah nyawa ya. Nambah nyawa soalnya nyawa kita juga habis coy. Pertarungan jarak dekat ya, dekat ya. Bisa terjangan babi cai gigi pisan ih keren guys, keren kumpulin ini kah ini kayu ini gimana caranya terjangan babi cuma gitu tuh guys. Tapi bagus sih, ini aja dah. Let's go, berarti kita XXY. Ya siapa tuh guys.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Jadi warna hidung gitu. Jadi hidung guys, jadi hidung.
The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they share under distress. Rods that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Wonder
Jangan
what you
babi.
could make with that.
Jangan babi. Kita nggak bisa diklaim nggak? Nggak bisa diklaim nggak? Nggak ada. Nggak ada guys.
Who needs a ladder?
Gigi. Nggak ada guys. Ini banyak banget.
Toxanol built vessels called
Toxanol
arks
built vessels
to
yang
save
bisa-
themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond.
Siap.
It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Sih kan? Oh, putih-putihnya latihan guys. Gampang coy, gampang.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Guys. Lanjut. Ya. Kilo bisa. Pistol. Keluar guys. Katanya kiamat di lautan. Katanya dia buang sembarangan limbah guys. Sampah limbah.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Gadget
There you go.
pisan tuh kata gini. Ada orang guys, ada orang.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. The deep cut. Well placed.
Dia ngelindungin kita guys.
Hold on to that. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Hello, kita dapat teman guys, dapat teman. Tadi. Dapat obat. Dapat obat ikuti yang tua ikuti yang tua. Siapa tuh tua, siapa tuh si tua paling tua. Siapa tuh si paling tua.
Tuloya, voto Lola.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
The water.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Uteno con unyofobo.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Tolo woya lo yalo batolo yo.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Far come mako to far titaba.
The legend of the One-Last is old and sad.
Lo atolo doma.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Ado awa ya ea.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Mauketo tolo ayadre.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Junto con tu pon yevun goja.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Noekek ujbar no barke.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Pohon apa anjir? Pohon apa? Pohon apa? Pohon apa? Pohon. Teman baru. Kita cuy. Ini dulu kita. Ini dulu kita waktu kecil adik-adik. Ini dulu kita waktu kecil dan paman ini masih muda.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if you're You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass.
Bisik banget. Ya gitu waktu kecil guys. Lucu banget ya. Pohon, oh pohon ini. Pohon apa ya? Pohon magic kan? Disuruh apa ini? Acak-acak.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come up for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of Ki. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's in. One.
Seru banget ya. Ngomong. Ini pohon nih guys. Oh pohon Oh, pohonnya sihir anjing.
Now that you've seen the Nonos connect from one, he says you'd better hurry back to the...
Udah. Anjir, kita membahas hal lama.
Kobra, jak?
He lost you there for a while,
Orang cuy,
but
udah
no
tua.
memory is alone. It's part of a trail you
Udah
can
tua,
follow.
guys.
Pai katawa?
He says he remembers every single day he devoted.
Koyetu kore, boy.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after.
Yowo tulua.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that his friend Gizmo is working on a Mecton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Na 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 na.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Koyetu kore, boy.
Out of date, says his
Yowo tulua.
the road ahead won't be easy.
Tolu keta. Ya wawanawe.
He
Ko bubuyu bui.
regardless.
To wowo.
Siapa Tuhan, terima kasih.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Tua itu tadi ya. Oh, kita open world.
Know that the tree of life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the world eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Akan.
That must be the world eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted. He worries there won't be much left to say. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be... He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Betul.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always
Ketik. Tapi dibanting, cuy.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Alo, Putulua.
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are 2 nearby.
Tuloya. Voto Lola. Papa Mofobak.
Regard The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Fofo Umbak Bakwa. Papa Mo.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side.
Momomboso?
He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part.
Ewe Boboye.
Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. That's the Myriad fort.
Naik dulu. Mulai jalan. Bisa di sini. Wah, ada ninja. Nggak bisa masuk.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient.
Sibi? La fanen aginkan man. Gerat na falo hutut mus. Tugai la wute. Karat la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
Hello?
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out of Dateside against the scavengers in... There's something... The Sifu says sometimes one member... There were 6 of them, but the... Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life. The sea... Their kin have run out. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have tells you not. Once you've dealt, seeing you, he
What?
Anyway, says you look. Let's see. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. You're fading. Yes. Rick.
Susah banget. Aku tuh cuma ini nih. Lebih besar guys, lebih besar.
time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
Oke guys ya, live-nya sampai sini aja dulu ya. Karena udah waktunya udahan. Banyak aktivitas juga nanti di luar. Ya oke guys, sampai sini aja dulu. Sampai ketemu lagi nanti besok ya. Nah besok hari Sabtu kita bakal live paling lama ya. Oke, adik-adik sini aja dulu ya. Oke, bye bye adik-adikku semuanya. Kita mau keluar game dulu adik-adik. Ini nge-save dulu. Simpan game. Oke, oke adik-adik semuanya kita sampai sini aja dulu ya live-nya. Sampai ketemu lagi nanti hari Sabtu. Ketemu lagi nanti hari Sabtu adik-adik ya. Anjay ada Dodi adik-adik ya. Ada Dodi guys. Karena kita nganggur sih, jadinya kita live streaming. Ya karena kita udah keluar dari SMA, nganggur juga. Kegiatan paling belajar buat persiapan kuliah. Terus ya ini kita live streaming karena gabut juga. Siapa tahu kan kita banyak yang nonton, banyak yang subscribe, terus dapat AdSense juga, kan lumayan buat kerjaan gitu ya. Udah guys, sampai sini aja dulu ya live nya. Sampai ketemu lagi besok, bye bye.